Using machines with Autofeed. Grasp the cable with a gloved hand. Gloved hand must be on the cable to control and support the cable. Improper cable support can allow the cable to kink and twist, and can damage the cable or injure the operator. Place your other hand on the feed lever. Feed lever should be in the neutral position, vertical or straight up. Starting the cable in the drain. Confirm at least 1 foot of cable is in the drain. Press on the foot switch to start the machine. To advance the cable into the drain, move the feed lever in the same direction as the drum and cable rotation. Move the feed lever away from the neutral, vertical position until it engages and advances the cable. Advance or retrieve can be almost 90 degrees from the neutral position. The rotating cable will work its way into the drain. The person controlling the cable and the power feed must also control the foot switch. Do not operate the drain cleaner with one person controlling the cable and power feed while another person controls the foot switch. This can lead to kinking, twisting, and breaking of the cable. If it is hard to get the cable through a trap, the following methods or combination of methods can be used. First, sharp downward thrusts on the cable, both with and without the cable turning, can help to get the tool to pass through the trap. A second method is to run the drain cleaner in reverse for several seconds while pushing down on the cable. Only do this long enough to get the cable started through the trap. Running the drain cleaner in reverse can damage the cable. A third method is to attach a single section of C9 cable between the end of the cable and the tool. Finally, if none of these options work, consider using a smaller diameter or more flexible cable or a different drain cleaner. Cleaning the drain. Always keep one hand on the cable. As you feed the cable into the drain, you may feel and see the cable slow down and feel the cable start to load or wind up. The cable will feel like it is starting to twist or squirm. Wind up may be caused by a transition in the drain line, such as a trap or elbow, a buildup in the drain, such as mud or grease, or the actual blockage. Feed the cable slowly and carefully. Do not let cable build up outside the drain. This can cause the cable to twist, kink, or break. Pay attention to the amount of cable that has been fed into the drain. Feeding cable into a larger sewer main, septic tank, or similar transition may cause the cable to kink or knot and prevent removal from the drain. Minimize the amount of cable fed into the transition to prevent problems. Working the blockage. If the tool at the end of the cable stops turning, it is no longer cleaning the drain. If the tool becomes lodged in the blockage and power is maintained to the drain cleaner, the cable will start to wind up. This will feel like the cable is starting to twist or squirm and build up outside the drain. Having a hand on the cable allows you to feel this wind up and control the cable. As you feel the cable wind up, or if the tool stops turning, immediately move the feed lever to the full retrieve position, opposite of cable and drum rotation, to free the tool from the blockage. Do not keep the cable rotating if the tool is stuck in a blockage. If the tool stops turning and the drum keeps rotating, the cable can twist, kink, or break. Once the tool is free of the blockage and the tool is turning again, you can slowly feed the rotating tool back into the blockage. Let the spinning tool dwell in the blockage to help completely break it up. Do not try to force the tool through the blockage. Work the tool in this manner until the tool has moved completely past the blockage or blockages and the drain is flowing. While working the blockage, the tool and cable may become clogged with debris and cuttings from the blockage. This can prevent further progress. The cable and tool need to be retrieved from the drain and the debris removed. If the tool continues to get hung up in the blockage, stop using the auto feed. Leave the feed lever in the neutral position and work the cable by hand as you were shown in the manual feed section. Retrieving the cable. Once the drain is open, start a flow of water down the drain to flush the debris out of the line. Run a hose down the drain opening. Turn on a faucet in the system, or use another available method. Pay attention to the water level because the drain can plug again. With water flowing through the drain, move the feed lever in the opposite direction that the cable and drum rotate to retrieve the cable. The forward-off-reverse switch should be in the forward position. Do not retrieve the cable with the forward-off-reverse switch in the reverse position. This can damage the cable. Continue to keep one hand firmly on the cable for control. The tool can become caught while being retrieved. The flow of water down the line will help to clean the cable as it is retrieved. Continue retrieving the cable until the tool is just inside the drain opening. Move the feed lever to the neutral position and release the foot switch. Allow the drum to come to a complete stop. Warning: do not pull the end of the cable from the drain while the cable is rotating. The tool can whip around and cause serious injury. Place the forward off reverse switch in the off position. Unplug the machine with dry hands. Pull the remaining cable from the drain by hand and feed it into the drain cleaner. If needed, change the tool and continue cleaning, repeating the cleaning process. Several passes through a line are recommended for complete cleaning. Handling a stuck tool. If the tool stops turning and the cable cannot be pulled back from the blockage, release the foot switch, maintain a firm grip on the cable, and move the feed lever to the neutral, straight-up position. Do not remove your hand from the cable or the cable may kink, twist, or break. The motor will stop and the cable and drum will turn backwards until the energy stored in the cable is relieved. Do not remove your hand from the cable until the tension is released. Place the forward off reverse switch in the off position. The torque limiter helps to prevent cable damage from cable flip over in the drum by stopping drum and cable rotation when the torque exceeds a certain value. The motor will continue to rotate as long as the foot switch is pressed, but the drum and cable will stop rotating when the torque limiter setting is exceeded. The torque limiter cannot prevent all cable damage in the drum and cannot prevent cable flip over outside the drum. If the drum stops turning, the cable and tool also stop turning. Freeing a stuck tool. If the tool is stuck in the blockage, with the forward off reverse switch in the off position and the foot switch released, try pulling the cable loose from the blockage. If the tool will not come free from the blockage, place the forward off reverse switch in the reverse position. With the auto feed in the neutral straight up position, grasp the cable with both gloved hands, press the foot switch for several seconds, and pull on the cable until it is free of the blockage. Do not operate the machine in the reverse position any longer than required to free the cutting tool from the blockage, or cable damage can occur. Place the forward off reverse switch in the forward position and continue cleaning the drain. Using machine with an auto feed and a front guide hose. The front guide hose is an accessory to help protect fixtures and contain the liquid and debris thrown off the cable as it is retrieved from the drain. It can only be used with the auto feed. Using a machine with the front guide hose is similar to using a machine with just the auto feed. Follow the instructions for auto feed operation with the following exceptions. When setting up the machine, insert the guide hose at least 6 inches into the drain. Instead of holding the cable, hold the guide hose. Always control the guide hose and properly support the cable to prevent the cable from twisting, kinking, or breaking. When using a front guide hose, pay attention to how the guide hose feels in your hand. Also watch the drum rotation. Because the guide hose is over the cable, there is less sensitivity to cable loading. It is harder to tell if the tool is rotating or not. If the tool is not rotating, the drain is not being cleaned. If the tool continues to get hung up in the blockage, stop using the auto feed. Leave the feed lever in the neutral position and work the cable by hand as you were shown in the manual feed section. In order to feed the cable manually, the cable must be retrieved from the drain. The guide hose must be removed to allow proper positioning of the machine with respect to the drain and allow you to have proper access to the cable. Do not try to work the cable by hand with the front guide hose in place.